Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. In the last episode, we started climbing the Pharos Lighthouse, and I probably recorded for a bit too long. But anyway, we're going to continue climbing the Pharos Lighthouse, which is not at all too tall. Because it's a lighthouse. Anyway, let's see what is up here. Oh, right, a little bit off screen, I just spent a few more license points, but got nothing substantial there. Anyway, let's read this. Ignorant child, blind whither you go, and whence you came. It is the undying who straighten the weave you tangle so, who choose the path you must walk. So has it been, and so shall it be, as befits those of our wisdom ever living. Shakespearean talk makes brain hurt. Alright, anyway, we're gonna keep moving forward. And yeah, there's gonna be a boss fight, but let's open treasure chest first. A black mask and a reflectiga mote. Let's go ahead and give Bosch that black mask. And then we're gonna turn on some of my useful gambits. Bubble and decoy. Bubble and decoy, and we're going to target Fran with the bubble, or decoy. Yeah. Really helps having a time battle mage as a tank, really helpful to have a second person, your tank able to cast their stuff. What does the inscription say? Ahead the watcher waits, second of three, ye without strength, return whence you came. Alright, opening the door! Ooh, ominous. I'm a little worried about my next Let's Play because, well, the one after Spec Ops The Line, because I was thinking a randomized Fire Emblem, but I always get bored when I do a practice run of those. Anyway, this is a giant fishy, and it's weak to fire, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go ahead and swap Vaughn over to using his fancy new lance, the Gungnir. And Bosch, on the meanwhile, will be using Dispel to get rid of the one and only buff this guy has, Regen. Oh yeah, Vaughn's doing massive damage. This thing is definitely weak to fire. So if you got an Ulan in your party, that Gungnir is going to kick so much name. Wait. Did I just read an immune there? Can Bosch not hurt him? Yeah, Bosch is not hurting him. Okay, let's see what we can do. I could give him that Treaty Blade. The damage is lower, but I don't need him for damage. Alternatively, I can give him Save the Queen. It's still weaker than his katana, but it's stronger than the Treaty Blade, and on the occasions he gets to attack, he'll be able to deal some pretty good damage. Stupid fishy gets to parry often, which is annoying, but we'll get over it. Yeah, but beyond the parry chance, this guy really isn't all that tough. What's he running away for? like he gets to do his infinite combos. But the infinite comboing thing isn't gonna help you when you're dead! Mwahahaha. Yeah, I didn't expect this thing to be immune to wind, which is part of the reason why I didn't bother to change Bosch's gear, but it helps that he can use some great swords thanks to White Mage. White Mage definitely does not get a lot of great swords, but they're very handy for when you do want your White Mage to boost their damage output. Although alternatively, I should have just turned his attacking gambits off so there would have been no lag between his spell casting, since that fish was actually dealing quite a fair bit of damage. Maybe I should have quickening changed it too. You know what? It's dead. No need to worry about what I could have done because I already did everything. Alright, let's get my equipment back in order. You get your katana back, Bosch. Balthier's going to save the queen again. And Vaughn is going to use the Koga Blade. And then we're going to turn those weird gambits off. Decoy, bubble. Wait, not charge. I need that. Alright. Back to Redis. Yeah, the game seems very obsessed with making sure you're not running around as your guest, and I hate it. No chests. And, I actually mistook the enemies here. I thought they were a reference to the 4 beasts thingies like Byakko, but they're actually not. Or, well, I didn't think they'd be referenced. I thought they were going to be those 4 beasts. And is there anything special up here? Let's take a quick jog around and find out. Oh. I hate taking quick jogs. Hurts eyes so much. But no, there's nothing. Ah, we're gonna touch it. And there were 2 treasures back there. Aren't I observant? I hope they're still there. I'm gonna go back and grab them, because I must have them. I need them or I will explode. Ooh, reach of the Diamond Law. Neat. Okay. First, is there anything back there? I don't see anything. Okay. Read the inscription. By this return ye to the wellspring. By other means return ye back to this place. He who turns back and seeks again the heavens, through revel and hardship once more must climb. Screw that noise! Those items weren't that good. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and touch this device, or read this here. Ignorant child, of ignorance afeard, rare is the power that can bind. Here alone such magics work, neath mingling of crystal-drawn waters and day-affected jewels. What the hell does that mean? Let's see. You who reach but cannot grasp, in failure ever to wander. Be well prepared for what is to come, the writings heed. To your materials be true, ere among the 4 you choose. Yeah, the gimmick for these next few floors is that you need to go to one of these altars and you'll offer up something that you normally have. Here make of your knowledge an offering, gleaned for gleaning's sake, surrender it, only then the path to tread. So the altar of knowledge, if you do that one, you won't have access to your mini-map in the upper right-hand corner. Let's see, the altar of magics. Here make of your magics an offering, accorded man by his betters, surrender them, only then the path to tread. Altar of magics, you obviously give up your ability to use magic, and I mean your ability to use any magic. Save crystal, neat. That's the altar of steel. Read the inscription. Here make of your steel an offering, honed sharp in days before man's dawn. Surrender it, only then the path to tread. Altar of steel, you give up your ability to use the attack command. And then finally, we have the Altar of Wealth. Let's see. Here make of your wealth an offering. Hoarded in staunchless avarice, surrender it. Only then the path to tread. That one, you give up your access to items. I don't think there's any benefit to climbing ahead with a tougher challenge, so I recommend picking the Altar of Knowledge, because losing your minimap, especially in the Zodiac Age, is not an issue. Like, at all. And I don't think you get any sort of special reward for doing any of the other ones. Or, you know, if you do any of these, really, I don't think you get a specific reward later on. It does alter a little bit of the dungeon, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. Rare souls who accost tower and sky, you alone binding magic stir. You who shun sextant and compass, fear not the darkness you must walk. Companions at your side into unknown paths. Yeah, the enemies are going to start hitting a little bit harder here. I think they just get a little bit tougher, but it is not going to be a problem because everyone is really strong and has had character development. Yeah, just why am I running around as Vaughn? I need to be Redis again. Because Redis is our guest. And he needs to be our guest. And put our service to the test. And not the other thing I was thinking about. Now, on each of these floors, there is exactly one exit. I believe for this one, the exit is going to be right around, right up those stairs. The location of the exit never changes, just where you enter the floor from. And it looks like we're getting a lot of undead enemies, so if you want to let your white mage and or monk cut loose with healing magic, they are totally good to do so. Assuming you unlocked healing magic on your monk, of course. Let's see. An opal ring, yay! Way to go, Bosch. You hit him with a sword. Oh, right, I was talking about my next possible Let's Play. The randomized fire emblem. I don't know if I really would want to do that. I've been trying practice runs of it for the novelty's sake, and it's funny at first, but I just quickly get bored of it. And I don't really know why. It might be just that I'm too familiar with the games and just don't really see much point in going through them, or it's the fact that I've randomized a bit too much of them. Lately I've been randomizing character availability, so what that does is it makes it to where certain characters swap places in the storyline. So the main character, Eliwood, he could swap places with someone who was available much later in the game, and then that person who's available later in the game fills Eliwood's role in the story. And it can make the game hilariously broken. Ignorant child, by history's shadows blinded, undying are we, magnificent beyond your knowing, worthy of your fear. Once our power did we wield, holding temporal sway over all things great and small. Ugh. These guys sound pompous and arrogant and stupid, and I hate them. Why is there a thing that goes down? Now I'm just curious. Oh. That went down to a different part of the current section I'm in. Yeah, we're just gonna keep moving on. I may have accidentally lied about where the staircases are at, too. There might be one that's unique to the northern end. So, I think if I do a randomized fire emblem, I'll just randomize the character classes and not their availability. It won't be as hilarious, but it is a lot of fun to see what each character can get. And then after that, I'm not too sure. But it shouldn't be too tough to film and record that, although I really do need to practice a lot at Fire Emblem. I'm pretty much a complete noob, so when it comes to Fire Emblem 7, I ended up using arena grinding as soon as I figured out how to do it, and I tend to abuse that mercilessly. And that makes my characters way too overpowered, killing any semblance of challenge the game might have had, and yeah. And while I personally don't care about getting a low turn count, I do want it to be interesting to both watch and play, and arena grinding just would not do that. Alright, Penello's back out. There. Let's see. Ooh, Fool's Facade. I wonder if there's anything good behind here. Well, there's skeletons. And it looks like it was just the skeletons. Oh, right. I'm also going to change equipment up. Bosch is going to remove that, and Penello is going to use the Sage's Ring here. I don't think she has to worry as much about her MP consumption the way I was burning through it with Bosch, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Alright, so it looks like it was just the skeletons behind that Fool's Facade. Hey, cool, a Zeus Mace. I think that is the second strongest mace in the game, so if I get tired of having Penello hit people or shooting at people, I can give her that mace. File of New Kai Sand. Good. And I know the minimap was the least useful thing I could have dropped, but I still don't like not having it. I want my minimap back. Alright, so here we have this door. I believe it only opens from this side. The point of that, I do not know. Let's explore the rest of it. Because we found a Zeus Mace. Pharos Lighthouse does have a lot of really good late game equipment that you won't be able to purchase. I may need to come back here again at a later date to find more. I won't show you that though. I can do that off screen. It would just be repeating everything again anyway, or almost everything. I don't think they force you to go through the gimmicks a second time, except for in those areas with the enemies with the flame heads. You'd have to make sure you killed them properly to get to extra areas. Right. Since Penello needs to do some Asuna-ing, I'm going to run around as her for a bit so we don't lose time. I hate how often enemies get to parry. It's not fun. Alright. Time to let Ash cut loose. I'm gonna give her an opal ring just in case. And then we're gonna kick some name. Gotta go this way first, see if there's anything at the end of this very short hallway. Nothing. Oh, that said, I'm probably not even anywhere near as close to finished with Final Fantasy XIV as I'm assuming. Or 12, because I also wanted to do the trial mode. I've never done that before, so it'll be a completely new challenge. Oh, that goes down. I don't want to go down. I want to go back up. I don't care that's an area I haven't explored. I don't want to. I thought it was going to lead me to a secret area. I thought I was being clever and finding new things. That's probably... maybe. No, it's not. You know, I like the name Fool's Facade more than Invisible Walls, so I'm gonna call that Invisible Walls in games like Dark Souls Fool's Facades from now on, because that's fun. Well, as fun as saying words can be. Hey, cool, a map. Let's see. Ignorant child, orphaned from history's truth, in heights unknown and unknowable, sit we, sovereign over all. No more this evil east to walk, from distant silence watch we your doings, beyond the reach of mortal knowing. And then Dr. Sid found Vana, and he's ruined all your plans, because Vana hates you for some odd reason. That or Vana just felt it wasn't fair for the Ikuria to have a say in everything that mankind does. At least I think that's what he's aiming for. Or she? I can't tell with the Ikuria. Alright. Time to head back to that door, which was directly to the south. With Fran gaining a level, we're back to Balthier. I made sure to give him... yes, he got Save the Queen back. Oh, crap. Oh, good. Balthier and Ash handled it. No problem. Directly south. I don't even have my compass, so that's tough to tell. Alright, let's see. There we go. And then I did see a video on Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked, or I guess it was just Ratchet since Clank is just secondary there. Anyway, it got me rethinking about commentary. The person who posted the video expressed gratitude over how, despite having long live commentators, they didn't commentate on every little thing. What are you doing, Penello, you idiot? Anyway, and that got me thinking that maybe some moments to just pause and take in the gameplay aren't exactly bad. guess is the word I'm looking for. Like, I always feel pressured to try and keep talking about something, but maybe I should just let the moments of silence speak for themselves, especially if I don't have anything worthwhile to say. Although I do want to keep saying worthwhile stuff. And I find it really tough to just keep talking about relevant stuff. I keep coming off on tangents about other games. Not even Final Fantasy games. Oh, speaking of other Final Fantasy games, I also really like Final Fantasy X. Maybe I should do that one. Well, the other thing with Final Fantasy, well, Final Fantasy in general, I think I may have already expressed this opinion, but I personally enjoyed the way Final Fantasy XII handles its lore and handles its plot, lore, and data entry thingy much better than Final Fantasy XIII did. Final Fantasy XIII seemed to be of the opinion that we don't have time to explain everything to people, just have them read data entries to get caught up to speed. So it made the plot really tough to follow, or at least it did for me. And I honestly really didn't like that approach to storytelling. Because if I want to know optional stuff, I shouldn't need to learn optional stuff about the world just to understand the plot. Final Fantasy XII, everything that shows up in the bestiary, you don't need to know any of that. Like, you don't need to know how about the Espers rebelling against the gods that created them, because that's not central to the plot. It's just a really neat background information. And the fact that they regulate that to said background information, rather than making it front and center or having the characters talking about it without ever actually establishing it, just makes it all better. And Final Fantasy really just seems to have failed to do storytelling right, pretty much from, well, I guess starting with 12 technically, since there is that extra world building stuff that was woven into 10, and possibly 11. I haven't actually played Final Fantasy 11. Alright, I'm gonna give that dragon mail to Balthier, because he's the one who's out in the party right now. Tanking and all that. Although, since I'm only finding one set of heavy armor, that might be a good sign that I should try and start cutting down my party. Although I'm also only finding one set of light armor, or mystic armor. And with Ash as a black mage, if I want to keep using her, then I'll definitely want to find another set of of mystic armor. I guess I could go with Vaughn using light armor instead of his usual heavy armor, but I'd miss the attack boost. Oh, right, what was it? Right, Final Fantasy X was able to include details about the plot and everything without having to rely on data entry, or oh, that's not good. Without having to rely on you reading extra stuff. You could learn everything you need to about the world by just playing through the game. And Final Fantasy XII doesn't really have that now. And this guy's really strong. I may need to be careful. Suna, so I'll wait till she does that. Okay, we're running away. Yeah, I did not expect to run into a tough guy like that there. guess I could have had Vaughn and Bosch and Fran do another quickening chain to finish it off. And you know what? Having everyone doing Bubble, Decoy, and Kira, that should pay off fine, because we're getting close to another boss anyway. Anyway, let's figure out what this says. Ignorant child, blessed with life on clay below, all that lived and ever shall are as nothing before the undying. Let's see, is there something here? There is not. Okay, I'm touching that save crystal. Okay. Anyway. Moving on. If we go in here, let's see. Ignorant child, crawling through life on clay below, all that lived and ever shall, by Giruvegan's grace to prosper, now and forever. Weird. Our ancient Dort. Alright. Go ahead and close that. Speed things down, because of course we're coming up on that boss fight that I mentioned we were coming up on. Let's see, a Murasama. I believe that's a new katana. Yes, it is. And that means I can change Bosch's gambits back to just lowest HP. I love having non-elemental weapons. I guess those ones don't matter since he's never gonna cycle to them. Alright, and then this here, a Hastegamut. Neat. Alright, read the inscription. Ahead the watcher waits, third of three. Ye who crave wealth, return from whence you came. There was no from there, but no one cares. Alright, and this boss, I forgot to read up on it. Let me do that now. Okay, yeah, this is Fenrir, and he's another tank and spank, so don't worry about it. Just have someone cast Dispel on him to get rid of Protect and Haste. Switch to Redis because I am tired of having to keep doing that, but they're gonna make me keep doing it anyway. And then just kick Fenrir's name. And he's obviously using the model that they had for the Behemoths. So he honestly kind of looks like a caveman, if you ask me. But yeah, not tough at all. Status conditions aren't very good, though. And neither is Bravery. Maybe I should set up the Dispel Gambit to specifically target that. A high combo enemy plus Bravery is not good. And I thought he would be weak to Thunder, but if he was, Ash would have been using that instead of Shock. So, I don't know what he's weak to. But the point is, I do know it's not Fire, Ice, Thunder, Wind, or Dark. Because Pinello or Ash would have used one of those. It also doesn't matter because he's dead now. raw treasure. That might have been just in the boss room. Poopy. It was most likely just a moat to help out with the boss fight, though. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn off the super special mega awesome gambits. So I don't have to worry about having them on all the time and everyone just running slowly and be like, ooh, I need to cast this thing. I don't care about moving. And then touch the door. I was so sure there was going to be something in here. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and touch the altar. Wait, I touched the wrong one. That was the altar of wealth. Oh no, what did I just do? Alright, let's just touch it again. Yeah, looks like you can only have one of those active at a time, so you can't do a weird sort of super challenge where you're not using your minimap items, attack, or magic, which would be really, really tough. Well, that's ominous. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and call that an episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Space Toyster, signing out.